Cram, the AP Human Geography exam, free response question 27, Demography, population growth unsupported by Malthusian theory, food supply. For those of you who are wondering about what demography means, it's the study of statistics such as births, deaths, income, or the incidence of disease. Through the study of demography, one can get a better understanding of the changing structure of human populations. Remember that Section 2 consists of free response questions. There are 3 questions that should be formatted as short essay answers, and you have 75 minutes to complete them, so allocate your time properly. The free response section is 50% of your exam score. You're required to define and explain and apply geographic concepts and also interpret geographic data. Okay? According to Malthus, population growth will inevitably outpace food production, resulting in widespread famine. But the food supply in some regions has grown faster than predicted by Malthus. That is, the carrying capacity has expanded. So identify and explain 6 reasons for this occurrence. All right, so you won't have a situation like this where you have a critical crisis at which the food supply falls beneath the population demand. I'll give you a moment to write a concise, correct answer. Press pause if you need to. All right, so one reason why the Malthusian theory can't be used to predict food supply growth is new technologies. I'll give you a moment to formulate a concise answer that relates to new technologies and food supply. Press pause if you need to. All right, so new technologies include mechanization, factory farming, industrial agriculture, agribusiness. There's several videos on this. Use of chemicals and irrigation, and even GPS to locate things like new land sources or to do overhead views. So all these things increase the carrying capacity, or rather the food supply that's able to sustain the current population. And this may be limited to a particular country like the United States. It might not hold true for every nation around the world. A second reason that the food supply has grown faster is due to greater efficiencies in agriculture and agribusiness. I'll give you a moment to formulate a concise answer, which may not be too different from the previous explanation for the previous reason. Okay? Press pause if you need to. So, larger farms, consolidation of farms, mechanization, as previously mentioned in the previous flashcard, as well as innovative things like multi-cropping, planting different things at the same time. There are other flashcards on this, so check out some of my other posts for multi-cropping. Okay. A third reason the food supply has grown faster than predicted by Malthus is the ushering in of the Green Revolution, which entails a few things. So I'll give you a moment to formulate and write out a correct answer. Press pause if you need to. All right, the Green Revolution has mainly ushered in genetically modified crops, which have improved seeds, high yielding cultivars, which yield more fruit per tree or bush or unit. And again, multi-cropping is an innovative technique that farmers have began to use or just enhanced upon previous versions of. Okay. All right, so a fourth reason why the food supply has been growing faster then predicted by Malthus, has to do with the expansion of agricultural lands, okay? And that's just, there's nothing else to this. More land is used for agricultural purposes in certain locations, not in every nation, not in every country, but in certain regions. This is occurring, okay? All right, so a fifth reason why the food supply has grown faster than predicted by Malthus and the carrying capacity has expanded is due to innovation. But precisely in what way or ways? I'll give you a moment to think. All right, hopefully you press pause and wrote out your answer. Humans have increased their ability to create new techniques. One of them I mentioned was multi-cropping. It's not necessarily a new technique, but maybe they found more creative ways to do such things, or grafting. Okay, so look at some of the agricultural AP videos I have. There's like a full playlist series because this will give you more insight about human innovation as it relates to agriculture. Okay. All right. So a sixth reason why the food supply has grown faster than predicted by Malthus, thus expanding the carrying capacity of food to sustain our growing population, has to do with packaging, storing, or for lack of a better term, preserving. So, what does this specifically mean as it relates to food? I'll give you a moment to formulate and write out a concise answer. Press pause if you need to. All right, so our ability to preserve and or distribute food to areas of need is much greater than during the time of Malthus because the advent of canning, smoking meats, just so many different things. We now have refrigerators, freezers, we can freeze things, we can like airtight seal things. A lot of people don't even know that when you open up a can of Pepsi, there's like I think argon over it, and this prevents the retardation of the food. When I say retardation, I don't mean the stupidity of food. That's nearly impossible. I mean the spoiling of it, okay? So there's so many different techniques that we're not even aware of, preservatives that really expand the shelf life of food and prevent molding and bacterial growth. Okay? This is really important and something that we might take for granted.